I'm 80 years old, and I need to tell you something before it's too late. Not too late for me. That ship has sailed. Too late for you. There is a truth I learned that I would give anything to have understood 60 years ago. But time doesn't offer refunds. It doesn't negotiate. And by the time you finally see clearly, you're already standing in the wreckage of choices you can never unmake. This is the story of how I learned that truth, and I pray you learn it before you have to live it. When I was young, I believed in progress. I believed that life was a ladder, and every rung you climbed meant you were becoming someone important, someone worthy. I came from nothing. My father worked in a factory until his hands were permanently stained. My mother raised 4 children in a house with 1 bathroom and not enough heat in winter. I watched them struggle. I watched them go without, and I made a promise to myself that I would never live that way. I would be different. I would rise. At 22, I married a man named Harold. He was kind, gentle in a way that felt almost old-fashioned even then. He looked at me like I was the only thing in the room worth seeing. We had 3 children in 6 years, a boy first, then twin girls. Life was loud, life was full, but I was restless. I had this hunger in me that motherhood couldn't satisfy, this feeling that I was meant for something larger, that staying home, wiping noses, folding laundry, that wasn't the life I had fought for. So I went back to work, and that's when the pattern began. At first, it was just part-time, a way to feel useful again, but I was good at what I did, too good. Promotions came, opportunities followed. Each one felt like proof that I was becoming the person I was meant to be. I told myself I was doing it for my family, for their future. I told myself that once I reached a certain level, I would slow down, I would be present again, but that level never came. There was always one more goal, one more achievement, one more reason to delay the life I kept promising myself I would return to. I missed recitals, I missed basketball games, I missed bedtime stories so many nights that eventually my children stopped asking for them. I told myself they understood. I told myself they would thank me one day. But that wasn't the real mistake. The real mistake was not seeing what I was doing to Harold. He never complained, not once. He picked up every piece I dropped. He became both mother and father, while I chased things that would never love me back. He made school lunches. He helped with homework. He sat alone at dining room tables on anniversaries I forgot. And every time I came home late, he would smile and say, "I'm proud of you." I thought that meant he was fine. I thought silence meant peace. I didn't realize that he was slowly disappearing, that every time I chose the office over him, something small inside him dimmed. I didn't see it. I didn't want to see it. The years went by faster than I ever imagined they could. My children grew up and moved away. They called on holidays, sent cards on birthdays. But there was a distance between us I couldn't name. They were polite with me, respectful, but they weren't close. They saved their real conversations for Harold, their laughter, their secrets, their tears. Those belonged to him. I had become a guest in my own family. I told myself it was just how adult children were, that they would come around eventually, but there was a coldness in their eyes when they looked at me. Not anger, something worse, indifference. I had been absent for so long that my presence no longer mattered. Then came the night that broke everything open. I was 63. I came home from a business trip, exhausted but satisfied. I had just closed the biggest deal of my career. I expected Harold to be asleep, but he was sitting in the living room, waiting. He looked at me with something I had never seen before. He looked tired, not physically, tired in his soul. And he said very quietly, "I don't know who you are anymore." I laughed. I actually laughed. I thought he was being dramatic. But he wasn't finished. He said, "I have loved you for 41 years. I have waited for you for 41 years, and I am done waiting." He didn't yell, he didn't cry, he simply told me the truth, that he had spent his life being patient, believing that one day I would choose him, that I would finally see what was right in front of me, that I would come home, not just physically, but truly come home. And I never did. That night something shattered between us that could never be repaired. We stayed married. We lived in the same house, but he was gone. The Harold who loved me with his whole heart. That man had given up, and I had no one to blame but myself. He passed away 4 years ago. A stroke, quick, unexpected. I was at a board meeting when it happened. I didn't get to say goodbye. I didn't get to tell him that I finally understood, that I finally saw what I had done, that I would trade every promotion, every award, every success for one more morning sitting beside him in silence, holding his hand. But death doesn't wait for apologies. At his funeral, my children stood together, holding each other. I stood alone. I am 80 years old now. I have a beautiful home. I have financial security. I have plaques on walls and letters of recognition in drawers I never open. But I eat dinner by myself every night. My children visit twice a year out of obligation. And the silence in this house is so loud it keeps me awake. I achieved everything I set out to achieve, and I have never been more empty. Here is the devastating truth that 80 years taught me. We do not lose the people we love in one dramatic moment. We lose them slowly, quietly, in the choices we make every single day, every time we say, "Not now," every time we prioritize what is urgent over what is important, every time we assume they will still be there when we are finally ready. We are not choosing success, we are choosing absence. And absence has a cost that compounds silently until the bill comes due. By then, it is too late to pay it. I am not telling you this to inspire you. I am telling you this to warn you, because I see myself in so many of you. I see the same hunger I had, the same belief that there will be time later, that the people who love you will understand, that sacrifice now means reward later. But the reward never comes. The corner you're racing toward does not exist. And the people waiting for you, they will not wait forever. Look around you, right now. Who is slowly fading while you chase things that do not matter? Who has stopped asking for your time because they already know the answer? Who is sitting in silence, waiting for you to see them before they disappear? You still have a chance to turn around. I am begging you to take it. Some nights I dream about Harold, not the tired Harold from that final conversation, the young one, the one who looked at me like I was the only thing in the room worth seeing. In the dream, he reaches out his hand, and I take it. I choose him. I choose us. I choose the life I was too blind to see I already had. Then I wake up, and I am 80 years old, alone in a quiet house, holding nothing but regret. The people you love are not waiting for your success. They are waiting for you. Don't make them wait until there is no one left to come home to. That is what 80 years taught me. I hope you learn it younger than I did.